The NBA and the NBA draft coming up this Thursday.
Mm-hmm.
I'm sky. Is it just me? I said this yesterday too when we talked to Khalil, but did this come quicker than expected, or is it just me? 'Cause I've been like busy as hell.
No, it has.
It popped up pretty fast, but the NBA draft always they don't fuck around.
What do you mean? Oh yeah, just get to it.
Yeah, get
You're
right to it.
NFL enjoys the coverage, the drama. The NBA's drama is like summer speculation, free agency. NBA stirs up some drama too. But Troy Weaver spoke with the press today. Mm-hmm. A lot of GM talk, but he was asked specifically when it comes to
still got oceans
oceans on the mind. He's asked specifically.
Orcas.
Is he at this point with the franchise? Is he looking towards like a guy that's gonna be a piece of the puzzle, the fit that I like, or is he more looking for like a star? And this is what he had to say.
I like the long ball.
Oh yeah,
I'm not.
love it.
I'm not bunching or trying to slap it into short center. I'm gonna take a big swing.
Says he likes the long ball. He's not butting. He's not looking to hit it into midfield. Mm-hmm. He's going for it all.
Chicks dig the long ball. It's proven.
It is proven. But
And
given
long
the draft prospects expected to be there at number 5, it's kind of telling to who he's going to take.
I don't know. I think that still leaves it open quite a bit because there are a lot of guys that fit that description.
Do you think Taylor Hendricks fit that? That's your guy.
No, I don't think he does fit that description. I don't think that's the long ball. I think that's a fit pick. He also talked about the fit and trying to get more guys in here that'll help the team and what's best for the team and stuff like that. But I mean, you like to hear that. That kind of plays to what Koo said yesterday when we had him on about how the Pistons aren't in a position to be like, yeah, we're drafting for fit. We're getting this guy because he goes well. No, they just need talent.
Yeah.
They got to get the best talent available because this was a 17-win team last year.
And I know, to be honest with you, across all sports, or at least for sure the ones I love the most, which is football and basketball. I mean, MMA doesn't count because it's not a team sport, but all GMs say that is best player available. But a lot of situations they do take needs as well. You know what I'm saying? I think you're looking for the long ball, but possibly at a position of need. But I'm looking at the draft board, and some of the names have been rumored. The one name that I hate, but wouldn't be upset because I can still see the reasoning behind it is Jarris Walker. But I feel does that take him off the board for you, or expectations of him being drafted at 5? I don't expect Jarris Walker to be drafted at 5 now. After listening to that, Taylor Hendricks, I don't expect to be drafted at 5 now. What I feel is boosted though, if available, Ausar Thompson. Mm-hmm. I feel and after the cancellation of the workouts for Indiana, who's drafting at 7, it feels like this might be the guy. I mean, we're plenty of confirmation now between Koo, who we spoke to yesterday. I think James Edwards had something out there floating too. Yeah, James Edwards actually had something floating. They don't like Cam Whitmore, or he had a bad workout. Did you see that? Mm-hmm. Fuck. Hurts.
Yeah, he said that on the Sam Vecini draft theory pod, where he kind of broke down. He said Taylor Hendricks had a great workout, and Cam did not have a very good workout. So it was one of those things where it could be a smokescreen, and that's what James said. He said, I haven't been fooled before. These are reliable sources. But if you were to ever smoke screen a draft, this is the one. Those are his exact words.
Yeah, I think this draft is stacked. At least the first 5 or 6 players.
The Runyon 99 in the Woodward Sports Chat says,
the Runyon.
Why does Troy sound like Clint Eastwood?
He does, bro.
He does a little bit.
I'm listening to that, and I'll be honest, I hit my pen a little bit. And I was I don't know if it's the combination of Troy the pen, but I was
yeah,
dozing a little bit. And the mic was messed up too. One thing for sure in Detroit, I'm not going to do the first part, but the second part. Pistons audio issues, it seems like a thing at every single press conference. When Armtellon was speaking there after the draft, they had to go switch out his mic. This Troy Weaver situation, his mic was cutting in and out, but he did sound like Clint Eastwood.
Yeah.
I like the long ball.
He does sound like
Where's he from?
Troy? I don't know.
From New York or down south? Who baby? Either way.
Washington, D.C.
He also had this to say when it came to best fit and all of that. Fit versus talent.
Yeah, he said we're going to stick to our ethos and pick the player that best fits us in every way. In the locker room, on the floor, and in the community. But fit over position, no. We'll do what's best for the team.
Ausar Thompson. I think he's going to be a Detroit Piston. And we'll find out Friday. We'll find out Thursday for sure. But
night.
We'll be able to speak on it Friday officially at Dispo, Hazel Park. Make sure you guys stop by.
Shout
out. Sean will be there. Sean's like ready for this segment this time.
Yeah.
Like we were partying a little bit last time. Like Sean's like he wants his do-over. I get a do-over to actually say the correct name.
Yeah, call him Sean.
Yeah. And John's a big sports guy too.
Oh yeah.
So I'm excited what he brings. But yeah, make sure you guys stop by there too. But I think Ausar Thompson's the pick. And to be honest with you, Spinny, my roommate and I, Lucas, Sid Vicious, he was even bitching at me at one point. Can we watch something else? We were watching Ausar Thompson heavy last night.
Mm-hmm.
I like it, bro. I really do. I think he's extremely athletic, and not an athletic. It's kind of similar. I don't know if it's cool with saying this or it was one of the videos we were watching last night. But he's not like athletic in a way where like LeBron James, like thunderous dunks and shit like that. But he's just like fluid.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
Fluid
great balance.
athlete.
I think it was Kua saying that.
Yeah, he said it's not just vertical and speed; it's body control,
Yeah.
timing, awareness, and that definitely plays a factor into it.
And the concerns for him being some of the shooting, but 33% in OTE, which is the overtime elite league.
Mm-hmm.
That's the NBA line that we learned yesterday from Koo. Well,
Yeah.
some people already knew that. I didn't know that. That's your 33%, is it not?
Mm-hmm.
And like with Cade Cunningham and Jaden Ivey, I think he's gonna have a lot of open shots. The defense. Last night we watched him go against your guy,
Yeah.
Ant Edwards. You ever see that?
No.
Gripped them up. Got the ball 2 times.
Really?
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
I mean, Ant got his, but that's how that works, right? Like Ant's Ant. Like at that level, you can only hope to contain. That's the term they say.
Chico G in the Woodward Sports Chat makes a good point. He says he's Jason Tatum with athleticism.
He is Jason
That's
Tatum with
exactly
athleticism.
how Chris would explain
You know what,
it.
Chris? Yeah. Chris? Jason Tatum with athleticism? Jason Tatum's athletic. Come on now.
Yeah, and a little bit of playmaking too, probably. I'd put
Yeah.
a little bit of playmaking in there. No, Ausar's great. I'm warming up to the idea of taking him, but I still just would not take him over Cam because I just think that Cam is a lethal shooter, and that is the most important skill that the Pistons need. And while they also need defense, that Ausar is great at, I think Cam can definitely provide, especially with his frame and his abilities. I think he can be. He's not quite the athlete that the Thompson twins are, but he is a damn good athlete, and he will walk into the NBA as upper tier athlete day one.
Yeah.
Just like the Thompson twins.
But I'm with you. I was Cam at one point too, but after the workout news, James plugged in. Like the Pistons did like a not an inside the den, whatever type of version of Detroit Pistons you want to talk about it. But the one reporter that was involved with that, which is not, he doesn't work for the organization itself, was James Edwards. James Edwards was granted a spot in that, and like that shows respect for him and his coverage. And to be honest with you, I think he is, outside of course our guy Detroit Kool-Aid, the best out at actually covering the team on the beat is James. Everyone at the Athletic is phenomenal, by the way, too.
Athletic's great, man.
Yeah.
Athletic's great.
Yeah, but for James to say that the Cam had the poor workout, for Troy to come out here and say he's going for the gusto, I think it points at the sword, and I don't have a problem with it at all.
I don't either.
Because here's the other part of it too. Dude plays defense, and he's a winner. Mm-hmm. You look at Cade, you look at Ivy, and you look at Duran, all phenomenal, great, like talented pieces, but none of them really like won where they were previously.
Yeah.
Like Cade made the tournament, was out. Ivy made the tournament. When did they get out? 16?
They got bounced.
They got bounced pretty early.
Yeah.
And then Duran, obviously, they got bounced by Gonzaga, I think, that year.
Mm-hmm.
And that team was like low-key stacked if you look at Monty Bates and whoever else they had too.
Mm-hmm.
No, nothing for like winning situations. Now, I know this is overtime elite. I don't know how we want to value that, but back-to-back champions, and I believe, if I'm not mistaken, Ausar back-to-back MVP in the league, or maybe it's Amin. Do you know what?
Amin.
Amin's back-to-back MVP. Nonetheless, so back-to-back champions too. So you also had that winning prowess to add to this team, alongside the defensive prowess to add to this team that has kind of been lacking. I mean, Jalen's got it, but off of pure athleticism. You know what I'm saying?
He's a much better defender than Jaden Ivey. And I mean, Cade Cunningham's a great defender too. We can't forget that. But those are the two things that you look at that were the biggest holes for the Pistons last year, were defense and three-point shooting. So if he can step on the league and be a 33% three-point shooter, that's a win. We know his athleticism is going to translate. We know his defense is going to translate. We know his playmaking will translate. So it's like Koo said it yesterday, it depends on the shooting, because he's not as much of an athletic freak as Amin, but he can still go out there and make some things happen, and he can play defense with the best of them.
Yeah. It's between him or Cam. I really don't feel like Jarris Walker is that like go for the gusto. I feel like he's one of the safe. He's a safe pick. He
I
feels
don't
like.
understand the Jarris Walker love, man.
I don't either.
Crazy.
I really don't. I had my beef with Pistons Twitter. All right, I'll leave them kids alone this time of year.
Yeah.
I don't want none of that.
You don't want to rile up the Hornet's Nest again?
I don't want to rile up the Hornet's Nest. The most annoying Hornet's Nest ever.
Have moms calling you and shit.
Literally.
You called my son stupid.
Yeah. Well, your son's stupid, man.
Yeah.
But I'm okay with this pick. I know it hasn't happened yet. It just feels like the pick. I guess he can be in with that piece though too. I mean, he's still athletic. He still shoots really well.
Mm-hmm.
The size was a little bit different from like the unofficial measurements that we had. At one point, we were on the show propaganding a 6'11" wingspan, which he doesn't have. And by the way, you found it yesterday, NBA.com combine. Could you, from that same link from Cam, can you find if Ausar's and Almonds are on there? Because I was literally looking for it. I couldn't find it. Did they not take part in the combine for like their official measurements? And also, to be fair, Cade, I saw in the Woodward Sports Chat yesterday, he was like 6'8". It's a guy here in Detroit and ended up being like 6'5". That was kind of annoying, but he's still a beast. I love Cade.
Yeah, and there's just a lot of like the draft measurement stuff. Like you've heard the stories of Kevin Garnett being 7 foot and not wanting to be labeled 7 foot, so he didn't have to play center. Like Anthony Davis, Kevin Durant. Like there are players that will either shorten or exaggerate their heights.
Their agents.
I mean, nobody's doing what Bryce Young did and showing up in lifts. I mean, that's not happening. But players do be kind of lying about their height and stuff depending on what they want to play. And again, Cam is 18 years old, so like it's also very possible. You don't count on this when drafting him, but it's very possible that he grows. Like he's an 18-year-old kid.
Yeah.
He's a year and a half younger than the Thompson twins.
I haven't found
that's fair.
The NBA.com, but NBADraft.net says he's got a 7 foot wingspan. So does
Ausar.
So does NBA Draft Room.
That's what I heard.
So does FanDuel. So does Bally Sports.
I mean, a defensive guy is most likely to play the wing position for you. 7 foot wingspan. I like it a lot.
Yeah.
I like it a lot. The only cause for pause is for Cam.